would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to Sooner Nation in Gaylord Family Oklahoma Memorial Stadium. As we'll see, the Clemson Tigers taking on a participant from the playoff last year, the Oklahoma Sooners. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Sooners offense will have the football first. And when these two guys are in sync the way they were a week ago, just a nightmare. It's a performance they hope they can repeat this week, Jesse.
And I think a big key in that last game was they linked up a couple times early, had some big plays. And then after that, David, it didn't seem like the quarterback was looking anywhere else. They're going to try and establish that connection and that rhythm early in this one.
And defensively, where is the big fella? Like, I got to identify where he is every single snap and give him some extra attention. So if I route him at the line of scrimmage and be physical, have that safety help over the top, I'm not letting him be.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Off the play fake. Here comes the heat. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
Well, he's able to make it easy after that catch, and I think his speed is something that just scares DBs to death. And you think about great Oklahoma receivers recently, guys like CeeDee Lamb, Sterling Shepard, Hollywood Brown. DBs gave them so much cushion because they were afraid they were going to get run by, and I think that's how defenses treat this guy too. With his speed and his playmaking ability, he scares you to death, and that cushion helps him out tremendously.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Sends it back in motion. Floats it out in space. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
Well, they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field. You saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though, how quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
The D thinking bring some heat on 3rd and long from the 44. Looking to throw again. Pulls it in. It's Burgess. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. And the Sooners will call on their punt team. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. And that punt will sail out of bounds. Let's see where the officials spot it. So Clemson's offense will go to work for the first time. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, David.
Yeah, it was a great week. And watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing it quick. The ball was coming out, just touchdowns at will. A really nice day. And I think, Jesse, you take that and you start to build on it for this offense and really continue to trust him to make plays through the air.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think he really earned his offensive coordinator's trust after that performance. So I'm anticipating.
There he goes. And he's got enough for the first down. It'll be at the 35. This Tiger running game starting to show some juice, sort of a C.J. Spiller type of feel.
Yeah, and it doesn't always hit you early. It doesn't always hit you on the first possession, but I do think they've done a good job over the years, Clemson, of sticking with the run game, creating that balance, trying to get those first downs, and trying to create some tempo against your defense.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Trying play action. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
A good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
So on their first drive of the game, they're going to roll the dice a little bit and go for it on 4th down in their own territory. Clemson will send the punt team out. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. He makes the fair catch, and they'll spot the ball at the 18. Leaves it with the back. Just gets it to the 28, pickup of 1.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Now the play fake. Throws to the tight end. Finds a man on the left. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. And this passing game has them calling Boomer and answering Sooner again.
And they're starting to get this crowd jacked up and this crowd riled up. And listen, they love their team. And, dude,
just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
What a nice answer by this defense. You give up the big play, you respond right back, you get the sack, create some momentum for your side. Nice job by this defense staying with it.
Wants to fire on second down. Finds his tight end. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Now facing a 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Got a man. It's Sparko. He cannot get there. It'll be 4th down. The Sooners will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Cover guys do their job, and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Got a man in the middle. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the ground with the back. A confident, tough, efficient run. Gets it up to the 44. Well, I'm sure there are a lot of emotions, a homecoming of sorts as he comes back to the place where he played as the head coach of the opposition.
You know it holds a special place in his heart, and he's right now taking the field thinking about all the great memories he shared with his teammates, with his family, with the fans during his time. But he's got a job, David. He's coaching on the other sideline this one, and he wants to get the win for his team.
Oh, you dang right. And you got to pull back those feelings. It's great to be home. It's awesome to be where it started, but you're also paid to do a job, and you're paid by the other side. And right now, you want to go win, and you want to beat this squad because you're competitive, so it's got to be kind of bittersweet.
So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Nice job to make the fair catch at the 16. Make sure that ball didn't bounce into the coffin corner. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Wants to go up top on first down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Barco. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Wants to go up top. Snagged out of the air. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. From the shotgun, they'll run it. And that's a very productive first down play in bringing up 2nd and 3.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Just feeds the running back. Stopped at the 44, but he got 10 on the play. A great Oklahoma running attack will bring a tear to the Boomer Sooner Nation eye, thinking of guys like Billy Sims,
And where it all started was always the ground game and the toughness, and you never question that. In Oklahoma, they got to get to that. They got to be that. They got to live that if they really want to build on what they used to be and bring that tradition and build some of that tradition in the SEC.
Sometimes you see the offenses sort of settle in, find areas to probe after that first quarter. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with second down. Back to pass. Using the quick game. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. Got quite a ways to go to keep this drive going. It's third down from the 45. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the big fella. Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
The Sooners racing to the line in the hurry-up. Another big play for this Sooner receiver, dare I say, Hollywood-esque.
Hollywood is right, and that's one guy that comes to mind, by the way. But this offense, it just does what it does. No matter the name, no matter the coach, whoever it is, it's going to be high-flying, it's going to be fast.
And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma! You want to make sure this Boomer Sooner crowd gets it going early. That is one way to get it done.
And we get to break out the Sooner schooner. The wagon gets to come out. Everybody gets jacked up. Everybody gets excited. Oklahoma has an electric atmosphere. And when these fans get involved early like this, good luck.
Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They're looking for something, looking for anything to try to put some kind of score on the board, down 7-0. Wide open downfield. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. One big play to get it up near midfield. Now they're in business at the 47. Looking downfield on first down. Quickly out on the screen to the wide receiver. He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39. Not the most productive half of this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. First and 10. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be second down.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket. Nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
They'll send the back in motion. Grabbed behind the line. It's Johnson. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. The Sooner fans booming. A cacophony of noise at the Palace on the Prairie on third down. They'll try to run for it. They tried to go smash mouth on third and short, and it did not work against this defense. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. On fourth down, they'll try to throw it. Got his man. They drag him down, but not before he picks up a Clemson first down. He unleashed a bullet on that pass and converted the fourth down.
Gotta love it. Some people get conservative. Some people don't want to mess up. Fourth down, you could tell. He wanted that window, and he threw it as hard as he could. Throws a strike to the wide receiver. Gets the big fourth down conversion.
Stuck with a running game on first down. Now here they come again. Looking to fire. Unloads to the wideout. Put it where only his man could get it and gave him enough room to get the foot down.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often. And with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year. And
this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
And that's a good job by this defense, man. You drop back, you play really smart, play sound. Understand, there's not a lot of field to cover, and they couldn't fit the ball in a window. Good pass defense.
It's tough to throw the ball down here in the red zone, man. These windows, they open and they close so quickly. You've got to have great timing, and right now this offense doesn't have it. They've thrown 2 straight incompletions setting up third down.
A third and goal, and this defense feeling energy from the crowd. Gonna look downfield again. Wide out trying to get it in. Touchdown, Clemson. They punctuate the chance with a trip to the end zone. Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And they tacked on the extra point. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills, and they've got it at the receiver position. So if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
Out of the gun, the running back has it. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run.
He lost it high and deep down the left side. He's got it up to 30. And a potentially touchdown-saving tackle made there after the long completion.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
The play action fake. Just a short pass to the tight end. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Man, and tight ends in today's modern college football are so difficult to stop because they're so much more athletic than they used to be. Today, they're just like big wide receivers. So defensively, how do you stop it? Do you have someone who has the physical dimensions to match up with this guy one-on-one? You might not, and if you don't, are you comfortable putting a slower linebacker on him, or do you want to put a smaller DB that might not be able to tackle him? It's a real difficult puzzle to figure out.
It's good. Easy call for the refs. And with that, they've taken the lead.
And you want a touchdown, and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They'll open this drive, hoping to move it down the field. A touchdown would give them the lead. Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points...
Makes the grab on the left side. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs. The Tigers will snap it on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the wideout. And they're not on the same page there.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on 1st down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Sooner Nation bearing down on this offense on this huge 3rd down play. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the tight end. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. Would have been a makeable 49-yard field goal attempt, but they'd rather try to keep the ball and move it on 4th and short. They're in field goal range here on 4th down, but they're going to keep this offense on the field. On 4th down, looking to pass. Working that left side now. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on 4th down. From the 17-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Run in the red zone, it's Banks. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Wants to go up top. Got his man. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
Well, this offense knew coming into this game they wanted to try to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and they're able to execute the in route there.
On the direct snap, it's Paul. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the 1st down, and they'll have it 1st and goal at the 6.
Offenses that are great on 3rd downs, what do? Most of the time, they keep it in manageable situations where they're not predictable, not just dropping back to pass. They do it here on 3rd and short. They convert. This offense has been so efficient on 3rd downs all throughout this season.
Quick timeout by the defense here, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Now the offense tries to punch it in on 2nd and goal. Quarterback looks for a little space. Sneak gets it done.
And that touchdown run is just going to galvanize this entire football team. Really nice job being physical, and that sends a message. We're not just taking the lead. There's a lot of football left, and we're going to keep trying to run this ball down your throat.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. To the air on 1st down. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. It's caught. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover and pick up the 1st. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Pressure coming. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Lowers that shoulder, delivers the blow. They got him free for a big gainer to the 43. They'll rush to the line. Clock stopped for the 1st down. They'll set the chains and wind the clock. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Grabbed over the middle. It's Barco. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. Let's see how successful they'll be on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. He is brought down and sacked. That is not the offense's ideal way to finish up the half, but will head to the locker room. And on 2nd down, are they going to line up for a field goal here? And he's got to find the right combination of distance and accuracy from the right hash and 45 yards out. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Guys, you've been calling a lively one from Norman so far. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Memorial Stadium.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. Just about set to get this 2nd half underway. He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
He fires one deep down the right side. Throws into double coverage, and it's picked off. He'll try to take it back. He steps out of bounds, but not only does he get the ball back, what a return to set up his offense.
There were a lot of people really excited about what this guy could do. Some were saying he could be an All-American, and he's proving them right. That's already his second interception early in this college football season. Offenses are going to figure it out. They're going to stop throwing this guy's way. You just get in trouble when you try.
And you see those balls in practice sometimes. They're just off the mark. You don't know how to control it. You don't know what goes wrong, but sometimes QBs miss, and it's an incompletion.
Backed up now. Here's second and long. Looking to fire. Lets it fly. Found the spot in the defense. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal.
And that's why this guy's a complete running back. He's good between the tackles, he can pass block, but he can also run routes. And we're not just talking about screens or swing routes. This guy gets vertical down the field, and he can run the route tree.
And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
Man, I tell you what, when you get inside the 3, I think your tendency is to run the football, run the football, run the football. The offense, try to change it up a little bit, maybe try to throw it. I don't like it, and obviously it didn't work, but at least you got a few more downs here to try to make up for it.
That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. They love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of a field goal, but it's third and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking for the goal line. And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. And they're going to head out to line up for a field goal. It's good. He's going to hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. It's now a 1-point game, 14-13.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
Wasting no time throwing on this drive. They'll run the screen. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Wants to go up top. Under fire. Lets it fly. And the deep shot is complete inside the 35-yard line. He flips his field in an instant, and he's got him set up at the 20. They just flip the entire field, and now they'll try to cash in on 1st and 10 from the 20. They'll run the screen. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. This Clemson offense moving quickly down the field. That one never had a chance. Incomplete.
I love the quick decision that QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
They'll move the wide receiver. It's complete to the left. Touchdown, Tigers! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. And with the extra point, it's 21-13.
Defense has got to do a better job of corralling this wide receiver. They've got to know where he lines up each and every play. And then once he has the ball, they have to play with a sense of urgency and get hats to the football. He's just way too dangerous in the open field.
Here comes the Sooner offense back onto the field. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
Rides to back and leaves it. Finds enough room to get 3 out to the 34.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to fall back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
Off the bootleg to buy a little space. Got it behind the line. It's Barco. And this one will be stopped for no gain. So now it's 2nd and long. They'll run play action. Quickly to the tight end. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Mark it at the 47-yard line. And this offense is going to work. And the Sooners come to the line with a new set of downs. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39. And that Clemson defensive front getting their paws on dudes and making their presence felt.
And, Reese, that's how they built their dynasty. I mean, I know the offense was flash and sizzle and was really good, but, man, it's the Dexter Lawrence and the Christian Wilkins in the defensive front. Those big boys that could get after the quarterback, that played relentless, those guys really set the tone and set the foundation for Clemson and big-time success.
7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. With the catch, it's Burgess. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the 1st. The Sooners send out the punt unit. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Quick strike complete. He goes out of bounds just short of the 30 at the 29-yard line, and when you're backed up, execution like that at a premium. They'll start this one from the 29 on 1st down. Looking to the big tight end. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down. What will they dial up on 2nd, and a long way to go. Motion from the back. To the air on 2nd down. Release to the back. That's reeled in. It's Banks. He's really close to that 1st down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. The Sooner fans booming. A cacophony of noise at the Palace on the Prairie on 3rd down. They'll try to bully their way for the 1st. Makes it past the marker. Love to see these 3rd down conversions on offense, and they're out to their own 39-yard line. They've already converted a couple of times on this drive. Now 1st and 10 from their own 39. Looking for a crease. It's Paul. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
These RPO runs, they're like body blows. I like them because it just sort of chips away at a defense. You'll take these kind of gains all game long. You keep running the football this way, you're going to keep moving the sticks. You're going to keep driving this defense back, so keep at it with the RPO.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Trying to pick it up on the ground. Hard running there. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. Final play of the quarter coming. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked. Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. These two quarterbacks have produced as we check out their numbers after 3. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. Use the play fake, now to throw. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. Zings it complete to the right. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. They'll try to quiet this crowd by moving the sticks on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Converts on fourth down. Still going. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense.
And how about this offense, man? They put the ball in the hands of the guy they trust the most. Fourth down, need a conversion. You're wanting to salt this clock away. You want this game to end with you guys possessing the football. Big fourth down conversion.
They're dealing with a second and long. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the first down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and force him to pitch it.
On third and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. Looks as if Clemson will have the first down. Defense has to be frustrated. The offense keeps matriculating and matriculating and matriculating the ball down the field. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And it's intercepted. A huge fourth quarter play for this defense. The 40, the 30. He's at the 20. Touchdown Sooners. The defense takes matters into its own hands. Just one moment, and all of a sudden, the fortunes turn.
You're in a position where you're about to give up points, and now you flip that around and you put points on the board. Perfectly executed. What do you do in an interception? First guy blocks the intended receiver. Everybody else starts to form a wall where the ball's going. Nice blocking, nice interception, nice return for the touchdown.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. He's got the tight end. Breaks into the open. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. You open a drive like that, and you've got some operating room. It's first down from the 38. From the gun, the running back has it. What a good job to be able to pick up that kind of yardage when you're trying to finish off the game. Now they'll try to cash in this drive. First and 10 from the 50. Quarterback on the keeper. Got enough for the first. And he's brought down after a nice gain. And the Tigers will have it first and 10. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
Well, the offense is running towards the open grass, right? They're going toss play to the field, but way too much penetration defensively, forcing that tackle for loss.
They've softened them up with a run. Now to throw it. And the defense gets home. Yippee-ki-yay at the 35. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Throws to the wideout. Almost intercepted, and what a momentum swing that could have been, but they still force a fourth down. So here we are on fourth down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. Oh, the attempt is no good. Still leading by 2 after the miss. So here comes the Oklahoma offense. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. The Sooners will send out the punt unit. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. No fair catches here, looking for room. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. A really nice job methodically driving down the field the last time they had it, but the missed field goal ruined the drive. Finds enough room to get 3 out to the 34. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. The give, and tick, 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 tick. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
This is a big pressure moment for the offense, too, because they've got the lead, but it's now 3rd down on their own side of the field. They would love nothing more than to be able to convert this, stay on the field, keep bleeding the clock, but the defense, I'd expect them to bring pressure here, trying to force the ball out of the QB's hands quickly.
They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Quick touch pass to the receiver. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. The Tigers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Fires on the move. Complete to the right. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the 1st down.
How about this offense, man? You got to love it. Late in the 4th quarter, you have the lead. They don't get conservative. Staying balanced. Run. Back it up with a pass. Getting the 1st down. A few more 1st downs, and you can walk out of here with a W.
The offense set for a 1st down play. The quarterback takes a snap and takes a knee. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. And they'll take a knee. 7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. And the quarterback will just drop to a knee. Sort of think that over the years you get immune to these types of upsets, but this one is a shocker that might go on the list of all-timers.
Dude, huge win. Like, you can't say enough about being a team with a considerable talent disadvantage. Like, you're the underdog for a reason. You go This is a top 10 team you're playing against. Like, everything says you shouldn't win, but Palmer, they came out and they absolutely took care of business.
Yeah, they showed up in the biggest moment. You got to give these players a ton of credit. They may not be as talented as their opponent, but this was a game and an opportunity that they took advantage of. They made the plays they needed to make. They put the rest of college football on alert with this win. This is one these fans will be talking about for years and years to come.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.